Okay, students. So what we are getting, just listen carefully over here. In the linear regression, I'm speaking once again carefully. So listen. In the linear regression, we have one independent variable and dependent variable. Is it clear to all right now? Step by step, I'm asking. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So what is equation y equal to v 0? I can write and plus v1x something. I can write like this one. And this is equal to the y equal to mx plus c. So we have this point. But in the case of our multiple linear regression or multiple linear regression, we can say right directly name multiple regression as we have seen the previous part. In this case, you can observe there is a equations which define the y equal to v1x1 plus v2x2 plus v3x3 plus c. So what you are observing, the multiple linear regression will contain the more than one independent variable. More than one independent variable. So what we have the x1, x2, x3 over here. More than one independent variable. And one dependent variable. And that is a wire. Now, when talking about the polynomial regression, this is the biggest question I'm asking to all the people. So listen carefully. In the polynomial regression, what you are observing? In the polynomial regression, let me write the theory. We will have more than one. We can have. Okay. In the polynomial regression, we can have more than one independent variable. We feel that we have the more than one independent variable. It is not sure. That is a little bit different. We can have one independent variable followed by the number of degree. This is the point. It means we can have only one independent variable followed by the number of degrees. And again, we have the one dependent variable. This is the basic difference you have to understand. So what are the equations we can have over here? Y equal to v1 x1 to the power 1 plus b2 x1 plus to the power 2 or square we can say plus b3 x1 to the power q. That is I'm talking about the x power only plus c. So this is our polynomial regression. And here what we have, one independent variable, that is x1 independent variable. Okay, that is x1, and one dependent variable, and that is 1. This is a little bit difference we have seen. Now, is it clear to all right now? The theory part is clear to right now from the first part. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
And that is a little bit difference we have to understand. After this point, let me execute this code in front of you and let us start the implementation part over here. So theory I have already posted over here for notes purpose. You can utilize the theory portion from this point as a notes purpose. So let us move to our implemented part over here, implementation of the polynomial regression. Okay, so polynomial regression is a regression algorithm that models the relationship between the independents and independent variables as nth degree polynomials. So the polynomial regression equations will be given like over here as we have seen a few minutes ago. So the need of the polynomial regression in the machine learning can be understood as a below point. So that is important point. So what is the advantages I'm talking about right now? Advantage of the polynomial regression over our linear and non-linear or multiple regression. As you must be known at this point, polynomial regression is also known as a non-linear regression. So what is the differences you are observing? It's simple differences you can observe over here. In a regression and multiple regression, there is no guarantee the data points, which are actual data points, will come over the or will be close to the actual line, that is the predicted line, regression line. So our actual data points will not be over or will not be close to the our regression line or our actual we can say our predicted data points, and that is a point we have to understand. But with help of the polynomial regression, we have sort out such problem, and that is the point we can observe, and that is our important point. So what is the goal of the polynomial regression? Is to model as a non-linear. So we will provide the relationship of all the data points in form the non-linear way. That is the important terms we have to understand. So this is the basic one. Now is it clear to all right now? The theory point is clear. What is the advantages we are looking for the polynomial regression? Is it clear to all? Yes, tell me right now. Any problem so far? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the advantages. So let me explain this thing with the help of this diagram. So simple linear model, we have the regression line, that is y equal to b0 plus b1 x1 y, which we have created, and our data points are plotted. So y which we are observing, all the data points are not close to the line or not on the line. So we can have the many errors. That is the point. In the polynomial models, you can easily say with the help of our equations, polynomial equations, at least our data points are close to the line or on the line, so we are having the minimum error. That is the biggest one. Equationally, the differences you can observe over here, but we have already seen this point, so no need to discuss this point once again over here. Okay, this is already discussed. So one dependent variable is a linear regression. More than one independent and one dependent is known as a multiple regression. One independent but followed by the degree, and one dependent is polynomial regression. Polynomial regression reduce the error. That is the biggest advantage. As I told you, we can reduce the error by seeing all the data points will be close to the line. So or it minimize the error compared to the linear and multiple regression. And due to data points will be close to the non-linear line, that is known as the regression line, that is a predicted line as well. So unlike the linear and unlike the linear and multiple linear regression, we have to import some libraries. For this program, for this code, I'm using a data set which contains our polynomial nature based data. So I'm using that point. So I'm importing the NumPy library, I'm importing the Matplotlib library, I'm using the Pandas library to use all the things. So first I'm importing the data set. So what I'm using, I'm just reading its name DS. DS I'm giving the name on the data set only. So I'm reading. So I'm just doing some amendment in front of you to show the my proof properly. So position salary.csv is the name of the data set. So what I'm doing, I'm just importing data set. I'm not importing, I'm just reading actually. Reading the data set from the read underscore CSV method. Let me execute this code. Now this code is being executed. In between you can see I'm printing the what is will be handled by the what is will be held by the position just salary data set. So what I will do, I'm just trying to printing the data set. So let me print this code. Now, after printing this code in front of you, after executing this code in front of you, after printing and executing this code, you can see position is a one attribute and label is a one attribute and cell is a one attribute. So position, we have the position analyst and label, and respectively we have one level. So as an entry level, you are joining an industry, so your job will be very low profile. But when you become the high level, that is, we can say you now becomes a COE of his office. So C level COE, senior partner, regional manager, country manager, senior consultant, junior consultant, business analyst are the various level. So top level we have the COE. So COE becomes the 10 levels, or we can say the high level person, and his or her salary will be high. So respectively, we have the some salary structure of salary of the each and every position based, and level we have this one. From this point, I'm choosing the level and salary, two attributes only, because the computation can be done on the our numerical point only. So this is the point you have to understand. The computation we can done on the numerical point. So business analysis is written the theoretical points, or we can say the textual data. So computation cannot be done on textual data. So that's why level I will use and salary I will use for the my computation purpose. So level and salary I'm using. So salary is depend on the level. So what you are saying, salary is depend on the level means salary becomes the dependent variable, and level becomes the independent variable. So level becomes the independent variable, salary becomes the dependent variable. So this is what now we have decided what is the independent variable, what is dependent. Yes. So X will contain the independent variable. So level as it becomes the independent variable. So you can use this point. It is optional point, but if you want to use this point, then you can use. So this code we can write like into different ways. So I can write in front of you. You can write like this code like this way. So data set we will not use. We will use a DS because I have changed my variable name. So DS is my variable name I'm using, and with the ILOC variable I'm using, I will select all the rows and column should be 1 or 2. So column will be the 1 or 2. Why? 1, the range I'm giving. So last element or last part will not be considered. It will be considered from the previous one. So if I'm giving the range 1 to 2, it means I'm talking about only the one part only. Or explicitly, I can write is the 1. This is another way. So in front of you, I'm giving the example. Whatever you want to pick, you can pick any one of them. Or explicitly, I can give the 2 inside the bracket, or if you want to write in without the bracket, you can write. So that is the only way of writing only. So if you want to write like this one, then you can write. So one part is representing by the explicitly, one part is representing by the implicitly, only nothing else especially. And let me execute this code and see what we are getting. Now this code is being executed. Now let me check. We have error. Oh, data set is not defined. Actually, I've changed my variable, so it should be DS. That is the reason only, nothing else especially. Yes. Now let me execute. Yes. Now let me print the X and Y. What we are getting. So X is printing, X is holding by the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the labels, and Y is having by the salaries. So we have the salaries of the respective columns, respective parts we have. So we have this. Now, is it clear to all right now? Any doubt so far? So please you can ask me right now.
No, sir.
Any doubt, students? Please you have, so please you can ask me right now.
No, sir.
Okay. So now next I'm writing here. It is time to build the model, but before that, let us separate the data into training and testing. I'm splitting the data set into two parts, one training and testing data set. So how I can use a train underscore test split method. So unlike my previous code, I'm just changing the same code over here. I'm not doing anything over here. So can anyone tell me right now what is the testing size I must keep right now? What is the testing size I must keep? 30%, 40%, 45%? You can tell me any size so I can keep. So I can amendment my code over here. Just tell me right now.
Sir, 40.
Okay, so student is saying this, can we have the 40%? So we can have the 40%. So of course 10 total rows we have. So out of the 10 rows, 4 elements of 4 data belong to the our this quadrant. So now I'm just executing this code. After executing this code, now you will be able to see after some times the information will display total number of the testing size we have, that is a 4 we have, because out of the 10 we are choosing the 40%, so 4 will be the part of the testing and rest of the part will be the trading. Random data we can see. Now this is the 9 7 10 1. This is what, this is our testing 50. Okay, this is the testing which is highlighting by me over here. That is one or selected view. Now after this point, let us fit the model toward the linear regression. So let us depict our information result in form of the linear regression, what we are observing. So from the SQL library, I'm creating the object linear regression, and I'm creating the object len underscore reg, and linear regression I'm just using, and I'm fitting my models toward the actual data values. So X and Y we have. I'm not using the training data. If you want to use or depict your regression diagram by the actual data point, so rather than the X train or X test or Y test or Y train, you can pass the actual value. So I'm passing here the actual data. So here pass array based data to fit the model, and that is known as the actual data first. So here I'm passing the actual values. Actual data are passing. Okay, I'm passing actual data only. I'm visualizing the linear regression results. So with the help of the scatter graph, with the help of the plot, I'm using this point. This the object which will use to predicted our plotted. So linear underscore regress the name of the object, and with the help of the predict method, it will display the line that is a predicted line, and this is used for only the predicted line. And I'm giving the title name and the position and cell name only. And let me show this point. Let me show the proof. Now this is the total number of data points I'm able to see observe over here. So I'm plotting all the actual data points which are on my line. So from this graph, you can easily say the actual data points are too far from our predicted points. So what is the predicted points? On the line, would be on the line. So that is the point we have to understand the polynomial regression. So this is the point we are not using the linear regression. So there is a drawback actually linear regression, and that drawback we will try to overcome inside our polynomial regression. Yes, tell me right now. So far, is it clear to all? Or any doubt so far? You have, so please you can ask me right now. So far, any doubt in any code?
No, sir.
Okay. So now it's this image I have pasted over here. So this image will describe we have a data and polynomial transform we will use, and that is we have to use the linear regression with the help of the linear regression. And this is our pipeline concept we have. So our prediction will come properly. So what is a base model? Unlike the multiple linear regression based model, we have the linear regression. So with the help of the linear regression model, that is a base model we have, we will transform our data towards the polynomial regression. That is the point. Because in the polynomial regression, we have the one independent variable, but we have the degree. That is the point you have to understand. And to understand this polynomial regression, now we have to understand this code properly, so that everything will be clear to all. So now we are fitting the polynomial regression to the data set. So for doing this, we have to use our pre-processing class, and in this pre-processing class we have the polynomial feature method. So we have to use this class to define the polynomial of the independent variable. So this is the polynomial independent variables will be used to manipulate, will be transformed towards the polynomial properly. So we will use the polynomial features, and we will giving the name of our variable name, that is a polynomial regression. So I'm giving the name of the polynomial regression over here, that is the polynomial regression we have, and this polynomial regression will do nothing will be used to define that what is the degree we are using. So polynomial degree, what we have. So define the polynomial degree to the features to define the line of it as a curve. Because now our line will not be displayed in form of the straight line equation. Our line will be displayed in form of the curve manner. So our line will be in form of the curve manner. It means we are talking about the non-linear way, or I'm providing the non-linearity to the my line. So I'm just putting the degree to the my variable, that is independent variable. So I'm giving its variable name, that is a polynomial equation, but if you want to give any other name, so you can give. Now next we have the x poly. X poly is what? X poly is our name of the variable that is used to transform your training data. That is the point. You can use only training data over here because our model will be fit towards the polynomial regression. So for building the model, we have to use only the testing data, training data. We can't use the testing data. We can't use the original data because our model will be fit towards the training data. So we can pass the training data over here. So I'm passing the training data only. But if you want to pass any variable, your testing or actual variable, your program or your code will run execute. You will see able to the output. But definitely, as per the rules of the process of machine learning, we can pass on the training data to build our model. That's why I'm passing the X training. But if you want to pass the X only, if you want to pass the X testing, they can pass. That is the point you have to understand. So X poly is a variable which is used to represent the data from the X train to justify the polynomial nature of the data, and model will be supported by only the training data. So this is the point. So I have already written my own statement over here. So I'm speaking those statement over here. The X poly contain the values of the independent variable and transform as per the polynomial degree, and which contains the values of independent variables values followed by the degree, and fitting the model followed by the independent variables which supports the polynomial degree. We get the new independent values in terms of the degree only. So what I'm doing, I'm just transforming my simple equations into the polynomial regression base, and I need to use this polynomial features. So what is the feature I'm using, and what are the degree I can pass? So I can pass the 4 degree, 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree. See, 1 or 2 degree is not sufficient because we will use only we will talk about the linear regression model, but we're talking about the polynomial. So I suggest to all the people, just you can change your degree 5, you can take 6 or 7, maximum you can take the 8. So you can reduce the complexity, you can see the result in simple way. So now this is the point. So now I'm creating the my regression. I'm giving the name, that is my regression. My regression, or this is my polynomial regression variable. So I'm giving the name of my model, that is my regression over here. So towards we don't have any polynomial regression class, or we don't have any polynomial regression method in our Python libraries. So we have only the linear regression. So now we have transformed our variable in terms of the polynomial. So we can use only our base model, that is a linear regression model, and that is known as the use base regression model to implement. Okay. Now I'm creating the object my regression, and I'm using here this point. So with help of the my regression. So with help of the my regression variable name, I can fit my model towards the 2 points. Rather than choosing the X train data, I'm using the X poly data. Now the X train data, why? Because I can write over here. As we have seen that our data is our training data is transformed into polynomial based data. So rather than choosing the X training, I will choose the X poly, and which is followed by the transform. So what I use the fit underscore transform method. Now I can do, and from this point my model will be built. Okay, from this point my model will be built. So this will display the message. Just I'm writing over here. Now we have built polynomial regression model. Okay. I've given the message over here. So I'm executing this code and let us see what we are getting. So let us execute. So we got a message, we have built the polynomial regression model. So now this code read perfectly, no issue. Now this is the point. This is the point. Will display training data points on the graph. So I'm scattering them all the data point and training data points. And now with the help of this my regression, this point, what I am using, I'm predicting the all the data points. So my line here, it will display the my line towards the my line. Okay, so I can pass the extend. Just let me write correctly. Okay. Okay, no, this is I have to pass the x only because I'm plotting the line toward the actual data points. Okay, so the predicted line I can write over here. Predicted line will be displayed towards the actual displayed following by actual data points, and actual data points are stored into the x only. If you want to write the x over here, then you have to use the extra, and then you can pass the extra note. So with the help of the my object and predict method, I can fit this variable. So I'm changing. So rather than the poly underscore regression fit transform, I can use any other variable, but if you want to pass. So rather than what I will do, it will transform. So my poly underscore reg dot fit underscore transform model, this function followed by the poly underscore reg we have already used with help of this point. So what we have used, we have already defined the features. So I'm using the poly regression. It means I'm created the degree. Okay, so rather than this point, let me change regression. I have to use degree. So with the help of this point, now here this is the point. Now I have changed my variable names to avoid the confusion. Yeah. So poly degree I'm taking over here. So what it will do, my x variable will be transformed towards the degree. So with help of this variable I'm fitting to the transform my x variable, and with help of the predict method I can do what I can do. I'm just display I will contain my new variables. That is my predicted variables, and x will be displayed original towards the x. So my predicted data points will be plotted and filled by the lines only. So this is the point I'm passing over here, and this will be displayed by the blue color and nothing else basically. So this is the point I'm taking, and now polynomial regression I'm giving, and I'm giving the position label and salary, and so it will show. So let me go to this. Now this code is now working perfectly. Now everything is visible to all. Is it visible to all?
Yes, sir.
So what you're observing, all the training data points are plotting on my line only. So if you do not want to display this point, this is actually towards the training data you want to use, then you can use the training data. So what you will do here, you can pass the training. So whatever you want to do, you can do, and I can pass the training. Okay, so no issue. Let me execute this code. So this will give an error. That is the reason. So that's why we have to pass the original data value, because I have to plot my all the information towards the extreme. That's why I'm passing this point. Else your diagram will be wrong. So this is the reason. So now we have to use the actual data points to display the polynomial feature. So now you can see the result. Now our line is going to the correct way. So this is what, because towards the actual data points, and that is showing by our polynomial regression polynomial or our non-linear line, on which I'm just plotting my training data and which are coming on the line. There is no guarantee, but here we have a less number of data which is coming on the line. That is only. But if you use maximum number of the data points, so there are maybe some no guarantee. There is no guarantee all the data points will be on the line. But here I'm observing at least some data are coming on the line. So that is the important things we can observe over here. So let us predict something with the linear regression. So with that for the linear regression, I need to predict if I'm passing the any value 1 to 10. So what is the prediction I can get it over here? So predicted salary I can get it over here. So let us see. Let me explain once again over here. What is the actual values of the employee who is a senior partner? So predicted salary I'm getting the 3 lakh something. The level I need to pass on is 8. So I'm passing the level 8. So with help of linear regression, and what is the name of the object? Linear regression model. Linear regression, as we have defined the previously. Now I'm executing. So it is giving the salary, that is a 4,51,696 rupees. The person who belong to the senior partner. Okay, this is what level 8 means. Senior partner. Senior partner. Same level if I need to pass by our polynomial regression. Okay, this is the not required to. This is not code. If I need to pass this thing properly, same thing I'm passing over here. Same thing I need to pass over here to check what is the really we are getting. So with the help of the polynomial regression object, I have created my regression. So with the help of this part, same level I'm passing over here, and I'm passing the same salary structure or same point level, that is 8. So you can observe that it will come less, it will close to the senior partner level, that is 3 lakh rupees. If it is coming very close to 3 lakh rupees, it means we can say this is polynomial regression is better. So this model is better than the linear regression because we are getting the salary close to the 3 lakh. So let me execute this code in front of you. Yes, we are getting the salary 29991. It means we close to the 3 lakh rupees. So polynomial regression will keep the error minimum while the other this model, that is a linear regression, will keep the error maximum. So that is the advantages we can observe over here. If you want to do some amendment, then you can do. So let me show my one more proof. Okay, I'm just country manager, and he has the salary 1,10,000. So with the help of the linear regression, what I can do? Let me change. I'm getting the salary of the person who is the country manager. So actual data we have the 1,10,000, but here I'm getting the 2,09,000. So approx 1 lakh differences we are having. But here I'm passing the same values over here of the country manager. So let me show my proof over here. What I'm getting I'm getting the 1,09,600, close to the 1,10,000 as we defined. So polynomial regression is much better than the others. That is the point. Okay, now it is clear to all right now. Yes, tell me, any doubt so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So this is what actually, this is a simple program of our polynomial regression. So rather than theoretically, I have explained the multiple regression. followed by the practical or little bit theory. And same thing I can say over here, and I'm explaining the polynomial regression with the help of the theoretical and practical part. So this is the way we have discussed our polynomial regression. So now tell